Alright guys, as you all can see, I just made $290 profit trading Nasdaq and German 30. Nasdaq, the profit just got hit at this point. The profit hits and $167 profit made on Nasdaq. Why German 30? German 30 is approaching TP at 1 to 3. Alright, so the first take profit was on Nasdaq where I closed at $167 in profit. I will attach it right here. And the second TP was at I closed at $125 profit on German 30. Alright, but the two trade I took both of them today, which is the 12th of April 2024. I took the both trade today, and yeah, it was a nice 1:3 risk to reward on the German 30, and a 1:3.9, approximately 1:4 risk to reward on NAS 100, popularly known as Nasdaq. All right, and yes, for those that might be asking, is on the real account, my funded next proprietary firm account. I just closed at $293 profit. So guys, let me just break down this trade and the reason why I took the trade, my thought process and everything. Alright guys, welcome back. So I'll start with Nasdaq. So let me take this off. Oh, sorry. I'll start with Nasdaq, NAS 100. So the reason why I took this trade is simple. It was just a simple thought process of mine, and let me clear my charts. Let me just remove drawings. All right, great. So this is my Nasdaq charts, and this is today's price action. What happened today? This is where I took the trade. But just let's pretend that this isn't here. I know some of us would pretend. So let's just pretend as if this isn't here. Ask yourself, where is price coming from and where is price most likely to go to? All right. So first of all, I identified this sweep of liquidity here that caused what? A break of market structure to the downside, which shows that we are bearish. Where is my swing point? This is my swing high. And where is my swing low? This is my swing low. All right. So what do I want to do now? Within this range, where is my liquidity? That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for liquidity within this range. As you can see, we had various liquidities, like we had this immediately price. Let me take out this stuff. I really think it's messing up these charts. All right, great. So immediately price cleared this liquidity. We had this massive sell-off here. Immediately price cleared this liquidity. We had this nice sell-off, this CPI move, and after that price created another liquidity. This is where I traded from, this particular liquidity. All right, and like I said, I'm more interested in liquidity over all this other block and everything. I just add other blocks and all that just to add more sauce to everything. So this is another liquidity that price engineered, and this was a zone here, which is a breaker block, another block. Everything was just here. Everything was just here. So I marked it out like this. Scaling down to the 15 minutes time frame, what did I see? Price cleared what? This liquidity here and tapped into where? This other block, this 1 hour other block, which is a zone. So what did I do? I just marked my trend line only. I just mark my trend line and I wait for it to break. So where did I mark my trend line from? I marked it from here, this point, this first low, then this second low, and I extend it into the future. So this trend line is an indication that it just tells me that whenever price breaks this trend line, it's ready to go down, because it's just a simple logic. If price wants to go up, it will just keep respecting this trend line. I know there are some scenarios where fake out happen, but at least 60-70% of the time, if price wants to go up, it will just keep respecting this trend line. It won't break it. You just keep saying some higher highs and so on. Price will just keep pushing up. But immediately price broke this trend line around this area, it was an indication that yes, we are ready to sell. All right, we are ready to sell. Let me turn on that section break back. I like using it. So it's an indication that yes, we are ready to sell. But when the price break this trend line, this is where timing comes into play. Remember the narrative on the hourly time frame. 1H on the hourly time frame, price broke structure where to the downside, which shows that we should be looking for sales. I will switch my bias to buy when price break this high, but other than that, I'm looking for sales. So where is my liquidity? Price kept on engineering some levels of liquidity, like the first one here and this other one, and I traded off this other one, the second liquidity. On the 15 minutes time frame, oh, what did I just do? I pressed on 115. On the 15 minutes time frame, I identified this trend line. First touch, let me use my keypad. First year, second year, and this is it. I just need only two touches, and this were the two clean touches I had. Price broke the trend line. When did price break the trend line? This is timing. When did price break the trend line? Based on Nigerian time, it broke it during Asia section by 1, and I was still sleeping by that time. So you won't expect me to enter a trade from here. Oh, price have broken trend line. Let me just wake up from my sleep. Oh, and just get into the chart and keep my stops here. Nah. So when I woke up, I saw this kind of price action. I saw everything like this, just the same way I'm explaining it. And I identified this point. I just had to wait for some extra confirmation, like a break of all these lows to be sure. All right. If let's say price broke this trend line during let's say London section or New York section, I would have just entered from here as I did on German 30, which I will explain. But since price broke it during Asian section, I just needed to wait for just a minor layer or extra layer of confirmation, which I got, which is a break of this low. All right, price broke this low. Immediately, price pulled back. That's when I got in at this week around that range, and I kept my stops above this high, and my TP was at this point here, this zone here, more like a demand zone or whatnot. So at that point, that was my take profit, which was approximately 1 is to 4 risk to reward. All right, 1 is to 3.9. I say my stop was so sorry, somewhere here. Exactly. So this was just a trade. All right. So why did I choose this point as my take profit? Even if I normally do want to trade, why did I hold till this point? It's just very simple. All right. It's very simple. Let's take for instance, all right, price wants to buy. Let's analyze for buys. Price wants to buy. Remember, you buy at discount and you sell at where? Premium. Using my gam box starting from this low, all right, from this low to that high which price created to this high here. Great. So where's my 50%? This is my 50%, which is this area. This is the equilibrium here. All right. So I should be selling until price gets into this discount zone. So that was just more like the narrative. So what was the closest POI to that discount zone? This is it. All right. This order block, because what you might see might just be this was the impulse, price will just correct, blah 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 blah, react from this zone and just push up. All right, so this was more like the most probable zone for me to TP at, and I just closed at 1 is to 4 risk to reward on this trade. It was just a simple breakdown. All right, so on German 30, still same thing. All right, on German 30, let me clear my chart. German 30 on the hourly time frame, as you can see, this bearish order flow. Oh, remove this stuff again. We had this bearish order flow like this: lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, uh, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, which is also liquidity, and what lower low. So all you just have to do is just to join them. All right, don't try to fight them, just join them. So what did I see here on Jama 30? I identified here as my sweep of liquidity. All right, more like the foundation of my trading is based on me, or my ability to identify my trading range. Where am I trading at? That's what I'm just looking for. So my trading range as at this time was from this high to this low here. All right. So we had a sweep of liquidity, and we had what, a break of market structure to the downside. Okay. Price pulled back, created what, another liquidity here. All right. And it did what? Okay, yeah, it created another liquidity, and it did what? It broke structure again to the downside. So scaling down to the 15 minutes time frame, 15 minutes are just for my entry. Same thing. I just need price to do what? Sweep that liquidity, break my trend line, and I'm good. Okay, sweep the liquidity, break my trend line, and I'm good. Like if you can, if you this is just the reason why I say I don't normally like all these other blogs and breakout blocks and so on. The reason is that like they are not the foundation of the core principle, the core foundation of my trading. The reason is that price will just sweep liquidity and move on. Just imagine I had an entry here from this breakout block. Can you see how I would have just missed this trade? But on Nasdaq, it happened like price reacted from the other block. But just based on how I trade, I just look out for liquidity, and immediately price sweep liquidity, price tend to just move in the opposite direction. That's just it. So immediately price swept this liquidity, scaling, going back down to my section break. Immediately price swept this liquidity on this particular day, or at this particular day, which is Friday. London section, price swept that liquidity. I identified this as my trend line. First low, second low there. This is my second low here, because this was the last low that caused this impulse to the upside, which swept liquidity. So first low here, second low, I just extend to the future and wait for price to do what? To break it. So what did price do here? Price broke my trend line here with this nice bearish engulfing candle. And where did I get in from? I got in at this point. I just had to wait for a minor retest, and I got in at this point. Stops above here, and this one I just targeted 1 to 3. In as much as, yes, I had an idea that, yeah, price is getting, will come down to this low. I just don't want to be greedy. Okay, I just targeted 1 to 3 and just call it a day. Okay, just two trades today, which is Friday, 2 TP, and 1:3, 1:3, and 1:4 risk to reward. That's a very nice day. All right. You can just see the simplicity of my trading strategy, like the way I trade, and just based on structure, know where price is coming from, know where price is going to. Just mark out your liquidity, or wait for price to sweep those liquidities. Mark your trend line on the 15-minute time frame. Like I said, I didn't go down to like 3 minutes or 5 minutes or so. On the 15-minute time frame, you should draw your trend line on the 15-minute time frame, and once it breaks, you get in. All right, depending on how far price broke your trend line. If it, let's say this trend line, this bearish engulfing candle closed around somewhere here, something like this, you won't expect me to take this kind of trade, like sell here and have a stop above here of 116 pips or 116 points. I don't know how they do it here on indices. And this is a one is to 1.07 risk to reward. Not even, okay, yeah, close to 1 to 2 risk to reward. Not nice. I normally do 1 to 3. You won't expect me to take that kind of trade. So in this kind of, yeah, I've traded something like this, but not exactly this. In this kind of scenario, what I just wait for is for a retest. Like I just wait for a pullback. When I mean retest, I don't mean price should come back and retest the trend line. No, a pullback is a retest for me. All right. So I just wait for a pullback and just sell off. Just sell. Okay. But this trade just happened the way I wanted. The same thing. The same thing. I didn't use a different strategy on Nasdaq and another different strategy on German 30. It was just same thing. Sweep of high, break of structure. We are bearish, price engineered what liquidity here. and broke structure. Okay, a lot of people would think this is the recent lower high. No, this is the recent lower high, not this. This is just liquidity to trap what? To trap early sellers. They'll sell pull stops here and target here. No, this is the liquidity. I want price to sweep here. All right, I want price to sweep their stop losses and break my trend line. Then I'll sell freely. Okay, that is just it. This is just how I just made close to $300 today trading Nasdaq and German 30. Like the both trade. Let's see. And I held for this German 30. I held for like around 2 hours. Yeah, 2 hours. It was just a 2 hours trade. And on Nasdaq, it was just let's see how many, 2 hours on German 30, and yeah, 4 hours on Nasdaq. I entered Nasdaq before German 30. So that's just it. Wonderful day. If you like this kind of videos, please do well to like, subscribe, share, and yeah, that's just it. If you want me to make any kind of video you want me to make, maybe a live trade or anything, just comment below and I will see to that. That's it, guys. And yeah, let's just wait till next week and see what next week will offer. All right. Peace out, guys.